plays games with Steve
and Angel. Let's hear my deduction.
Angel's deduction? Oh god, it's gonna be a 30-minute episode.
Okay. Well, first you have to know this part, and then...
Well, first of all, doors...
I'm thinking ahead of the game right now.
Doors lead you into another room.
Lana Skye, that's the...
See, Sky, that's what's up above.
Defendant.
So I'm thinking the murder took place up there?
Okay, all right. Let's move on.
Okay, all right.
Everyone gets their turn.
Everyone gets their turn. Everyone gets one. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure that she prosecuted a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I order pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I don't need your sass.
I was going to just
Who
say...
are you?
Like, what is that, sass I hear?
All right, guilty.
Fine.
Fuck your sister.
It's a dystopia. I don't give a shit.
Intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office.
All the way. Hold it. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there.
All the way.
I was thinking all the way to the prosecutor's office on a Saturday.
I don't know.
It's Al's Toy Barn.
Oh,
Kids gotta drive all the way to work. All the way to work. It's across the street.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
great bit. Yeah.
All the way to work.
Yeah. Did you already say this one?
I did.
Okay. You have no proof that she didn't.
And you were in There Will Be Blood, right? Or are you not?
Are you familiar with There Will Be Blood?
No.
Daniel Plainview, played by...
I drink your milkshake.
Anyway.
No.
Mr. Edgeworth, again, that's a movie you wouldn't have heard of.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts?
There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone.
She might have written him a letter.
In a letter.
In a
The
letter.
protagonist of a letter.
Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. What the hell are those?
In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered.
I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day?
Well, don't worry, Angel. Netflix is working on the There Will Be Blood anime series, and you can watch that once that's out.
Oh boy. Wait, it's not live action? Then I don't care.
That's a joke, right?
Yeah, that's
I never know these days.
Yeah, Studio Madhouse is working on it.
I would watch the shit out of that.
So would I.
Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, they're making everything in anime now.
That's the thing. I don't know what to joke anymore. And when Mattel is like, yeah, we're making a Play-Doh, or we're making a Play-Doh movie. Like anything, literally, they'll make anything. They're so stupid. So anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim.
Hold it! What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge.
I think.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, the little mic adjustment.
Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
Oh, I wonder, what's my wonder box?
I'm sorry. How am I supposed to know?
Angel doesn't know what that is yet.
I don't know, yeah. See, we agree this is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
I get it. Candy shapes inside. That's why my lunch was so salty. What kind of candy is this?
This judge isn't very good with metaphors.
The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this?
It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge.
Hold it! A human machine? That's a contradiction!
Objection! Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright?
No, it's herself. Mr. Edward's sigh smells like a citrus fruit.
You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly?
We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done?
Here I am, once again, chopped into 1,000 pieces.
Can't deny, can't pretend.
How come she's getting mad at me?
Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that.
Stop singing this.
Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people.
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know.
Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder. Wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle?
I Wonderball. How do I make a Wonderball joke? How do I make a Wonderball joke?
I mean, add more Nestle chocolate. I mean, add more wax, and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
Steve sees the word wonder, and it's that meme of the lady with the math, like, thinking. Just like, Wonderball. But it's just Nestle chocolate in shapes. Yeah.
I'm imagining the vain kid.
I remember
The vain kid, that's pretty good.
I remember the initial Wonder Balls when Disney's Hercules came out. It was just like a tiny little like Hercules toy inside. But I think that was before the kind of whole Kinder Egg thing where we're like, kids are stupid and they're gonna eat the toy.
Stupid.
So they changed it to like Nestle candy. I mean, like the Sweet Tarts.
Didn't they put like a sticker on that outside?
I think stickers were a thing too. Yeah.
It's just got less fun because kids are stupid.
Because kids are stupid.
You are so stupid.
That's why I don't know anything, because your kids are just stupid.
Stupid kids. Well, the knife, it's not that bloody. It has traces of the blood. Obviously, if she looks at this, we'll think that she's wrong. Due to loss of blood, one knife wound. Okay, I'm going to present this because it makes sense.
Why is that a question?
Oh my God. Thank God.
Steve, did you see me react physically?
No.
Okay. So you like went to the and you turned back, and my hand involuntarily went.
I kind of
I squeezed my hand.
I winced. But also, you didn't see me like.
No, I could see you. You slowly got closer to the mic as I was like thinking of presenting. Like,
I mean, I don't want to give everything away for you for free, but that one was just so obvious. I was like.
Angel, you're answering these like to Jay when he did the kilograms of steel. Like he's like, I don't know, it's steel. They're the same, I guess.
Oh God.
Anyway,
you say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you with my moss surprise.
I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr, for Angel to pick the right evidence.
Wow. That's how I feel right now.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
A major hunk.
Zero to hero.
Just like that.
No, and it's and who'da thunk?
And who'da thunk?
Oh, who'da thunk? That's right.
What about my objection? No one noticed?
It's not about that, Mr. Wright. Get over yourself. Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks.
She has so many sprites.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think it's all just the same sprite, but the boxes are different, which is cool.
But that's still like
I would love if like they would never do it, but like a pop-up shop back in the day where you could get all the meals.
Oh, you would want one that's just ketchup and a fork.
I mean, they probably get appetizing somehow.
We were lucky, at least when we were in Japan. There was like a pop-up Capcom thing.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary merchandise.
Yeah, so we got.
It was a treasure trove.
Could you get snackoos and burgers?
No,
burgers aren't a thing there.
Oh,
it's she likes ramen in the original.
Ramen.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles? No.
Actually, yes.
That's actually not too crazy.
Yeah.
Someone's like, play the game.
Play the game! Wonder Balls! Robin! Play the game! Play the game! I hate you! I hate you! Stop having fun talking to each other as friends! Do your voices! Play the game as you're supposed to! Ah! If you talk about a Disney movie again, I'm gonna kill you!
Oh man.
And there's Angel Star just looking. It's like, oh, the three of them are so sweet.
Look at these three brain dead morons.
Okay. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify!
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Ghastly.
Ghastly.
Stop it! No Pokemon references either! Enough!
I'm not a big fan of Scarlet and Violet.
You said that already!
That's Jay editing.
You already talked about that!
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. The muffler? Is that part of her,
That's another term for scarf.
Oh, but she's not wearing her muffler. Or is it wrapped around her? No, she's just not wearing it. Okay, so I'm just gonna present this.
Thank you. Yes, yes, yes,
Right.
yes,
Yes.
hell yes.
Now you're catching. Oh, Mr. I didn't even get to say it.
Objection. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. Look at that character development. He's helping out with the, you know.
But he's doing terrible at his job, though.
Yeah, well, that's the point. And you've proved it yourself. Fine. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Well, he's.
Huh? But that can't be.
It's the power of love, baby. Only a true professional can be so clueless.
I also think it's like, and don't touch my car ever again.
And don't touch my knife. I'm sure you'll make a good lunch lady. Have no fear.
Harsh words, but good. Any career can be rewarding.
God. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
I do love how much of a fangirl she is.
Yeah. What was my objection? Chopped liver?
You didn't even say it, so.
Yeah.
I didn't get the chance.
But it was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really?
Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude. Now back to business.
What?
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
I'd hope so.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Yeah, that's the same thing as seeing one.
The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Resistance
Residence is futile in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How are we doing it?
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
Well, I strike like a snake and bites like a cobra. That was weird. That's me, Angel Star.
Just like imagining her saying that in character. I bite like a cobra. That was weird. Anyway.
Yes.
Well, that wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self: Attorney Wright gets bitten by snake. Huh? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
Oil drum? Hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar!
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will.
Ooh. Very confuzzled with voice acting today.
You're doing good. You're doing great, actually.
Thank you.
I really like your Angel.
Thank you.
You were born to play her.
Oh. After the murder, to run the partition up to the side.
Hold it! So where is this partition on the floor plans?
I'm sure she means this wall next to the car.
That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself.
No match for Steve, though.
God, quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
I'd still be able to look over it.
Yeah. And what did you do then?
Hello.
Also, I think like that partition's very close to like where the parking spots are. How does no one back into that?
Yeah.
God, Kate turning out of it must be a fucking nightmare. I quickly caught her explaining Wright's errands arrest her on the spot.
Hold it! You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details?
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone! Leave her alone! I like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was...
She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block.
So you witnessed the murder from here?
That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes.
Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you?
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough-up queen lunch lady athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too.
Oh, there's like an actual opening there.
How come Miss Sky didn't get away?
Interesting. When arrested her, she mentioned the muffler.
Hold it!
Why?
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered correctly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Or exactly.
Cheeky. Pretty cheeky, sis.
Did she say exactly?
Yes.
Oops. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word?
Muffler, muffler. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Funny muffler. Jerky pal. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? You mean this cell phone?
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Yeah. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately.
My memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr.
I'm the grizzly bear, ready to snatch it with my jaws.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use a phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall.
Apparently, it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone.
Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do
For love.
for the things I do for love, the things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
Oh!
I I know I'm not gonna like this.
That's you every time you
Yeah,
you have to pick something to present.
She gave up trying to use his phone on the wall and just used her cell phone.
Hold it. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Aha! I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket.
And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence.
Then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
What is it? The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against it, the resistance is futile. She gave up trying to use the phone.
Hold it. She made to escape? Can you be more specific?
She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras.
Pate.
On a pate of foie gras.
Yeah.
I was ready for foie gras. I wasn't ready for pate. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
And then she beat her chest like Donkey Kong.
An oil drum?
There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime.
But it's strange.
What's that?
If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way?
The car entrance.
That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries.
Wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So this guy tried to run?
I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
Not as sorry as I am.
It's not a contest, Mr. Wright.
But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Time to run. I quickly caught her, explaining that, have we pressed everything?
I think you did.
I quickly caught her, explained her rights there, and arrested her on the spot. When she mentioned the muffler, she was trying to use a thing. Okay. I'm not confident that we pressed the first one for some reason. I just want to run it over just small.
Hold it.
Hold it.
So where is this part? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did. Okay. Blah. Here's a wall.
I know when you press something, Phoenix said something that was like a pretty, that kind of was hinting towards something. So I think you pressed everything you need to.
Yeah. I quickly caught her, explained her rights there, and arrested her on the spot. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. I can't remember if it was the second one or the third one, though. I arrested her on the spot. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Press A button. The words muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. The parking lot with the regiment's car. Wait, is there more? Oh, yeah, it's just the other side of the map. Okay. Investigator's ID card. Can I look at it? Oh god, I can do all this to it? Oh wait, No, that's not it.
I'm gonna save you some time. You don't need to look at this right now.
Okay. Trophy. Traces of the victim's blood, no prints. Found in the Edris toolbox. So she didn't put it back. This was just like found inside the trunk. Yeah, weapons retrieved in the underground parking lot. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office. Parked at 5:18. Oh, why can you do that? Loss of blood, one they found. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. I think I unfortunately I think I just have to like press one of these again to find out which was the one that was really suspicious.
Hold it.
As I said, I was only 30 feet away. Press her on it. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. Lunch on car was on B. See witness from here. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. Okay, she's like faltering here, but then taking the fence. And whenever it, of course, it would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. It was 9 feet high. When I arrested her, okay, this one might have been the thing. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? Anyway, all I heard was her say muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard was the suspect talking to someone else. Prosecutor was talking on her phone. To use a phone on the wall and just use your cell phone. Do you think they get to say that? Oh, okay. I'll only do this one more time, except the second time.
Pay attention.
She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, she had no gloves. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Oh.
What's the issue here?
Because the partition's in the way.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Well, I want to present the floor plan.
Okay, and to what statement?
She gave up trying to use a phone on the wall and just used her cell phone. Oh, wait.
Objection!
Ooh.
I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Yeah, no bias at all.
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Let's take a look. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call.
Ugh.
I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
What?
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies.
Oh!
Objection! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about...
Where she saw it.
She tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. It would be pointless for her to lie about it.
Pointless to lie? I see.
The witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. In other words, Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection! A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection! Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it.
It is a lie, but come on.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Or Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed the crime was here.
Where?
I mean, it has to be around here. I want to say... Well, she had a photo of, like, A, but she had to see her to get the phone call. So I gotta say it's here-ish?
Take that. If she was here, she could have... She could see the emergency phone.
That's true. That solves the mystery.
Objection! That would allow her to see the emergency phone, yes. But if she was there, she would have been able to arrest her well before she dialed her cell phone.
Oh.
You doubt my speed? I can run 150 feet in 9 seconds, you know.
Yeah, don't have to be modest. Is that really that fast?
Not as fast as your witty rejoinders.
Oh. Yes, Your Honor.
Press 2.
Oh,
Just save.
oh, for no reason.
Well, we're getting a little low on HP, so just to be safe.
Okay.
All the double testimony starting with this crime was here.
Okay.
You kind of need to think back on stuff she said. And also, what did they... And they just made the argument of what?
That she climbed the fence?
Well, we know that's not true. But what would they just talk about?
She would have had plenty of time to catch her.
Yeah, if she was standing right there,
Yeah.
right, then bam, just get her, right? So you got to think back on what we know about this layout and what she's talked about in the past.
That she didn't have time to stop her, supposedly.
Okay. Sure.
That... I mean, she had time to grab a photo, and it was behind a chain link.
Don't worry about that for now.
Okay. That she was able to witness her go to the emergency phone.
Yeah.
Not have... realize that it wasn't working, and then take out her phone.
Yeah.
Her own personal cell
But
phone.
it wasn't enough time where she could just immediately go, because again, then she would just interrupt it, right? Because she'd be right there if it was where you pointed, right?
Right.
But again, there's a couple things that you need to remember about this.
I mean, was she actually parked on this side?
Well, that's what she claimed, but that's
Yeah.
not really relevant right now.
She has to be able to see.
Right, no matter what, she has to be able to see, so she can't even be on that side anyway, right?
At all?
Well, she saw her do those things, right?
Right.
The partition blocks your view on that side.
Yeah. I was trying to think, like, well, this is ridiculous, but if she was on top of a car, she could
Okay.
hop over a fence.
Got
but,
it.
like, even from there, I think it would block her.
She had a clear view of seeing those things, like...
Was she in her car?
Her car is not over there.
Right. Was she in a different car? What is this? Actually, is this just a different parked vehicle?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those parking garages where like it moves the cars around. It's like a whole mechanism.
Is that true? Are you joking? Or
no?
okay.
It's a real
okay.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Don't click anything willy-nilly.
Part of me is thinking she was in the security room.
Do you remember anything about the security room?
Just that supposedly her boyfriend was working.
There's one.
inside it?
That's one thing. But do you remember another detail about it?
No.
Got it. That explains it. So that security floor, they've said, is on the second floor, and it overlooks everything.
Oh.
So if she was in the security room, it would take her time to get down there.
Right.
So that's why that's the answer.
Okay.
Take that.
Thank you for telling me that it was the answer.
I mean, at this point, we can't lose any
Yeah.
more lives. Yeah.
This is the only place where she could have been.
The security guard room?
Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second level, so you can see the entire lot.
Oh, okay.
She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone.
Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room. Yes? Well, Miss Starr?
Ugh. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr.
Order, order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
Yeah, what was that about her not having a bias?
The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection! It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
So she has about 80 counts of it so far?
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. Well, a lot of heart would be straight in fucking jail.
Yeah.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. This make a vital difference, but what? What would change?
Angle of view to the crime, distance to the crime, difference in lighting. Yeah, I think.
Don't pick anything willy-nilly right now.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
A vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of the view to the crime, because she would see it from above. The distance to the crime? I mean, she was... I mean, she would still have to travel a different distance if she had to, like, go... you know...
So don't click anything, just tell me what you think it is, and then we'll discuss.
I'm thinking... Okay, I don't know why. I'm not thinking ahead right now.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if, like, the angle, like the fact that she saw it from a different angle might change things.
How? How would an angle change?
Maybe she saw like a knife being stabbed, but wasn't sure what exactly was being stabbed.
How would the angle of that change what you saw?
Because she would only see from behind.
What do you mean from behind?
From behind Lana? But I don't know. I'm not sure why that would.
Okay. So
relevant.
I'll just say it's not really angle, because she hasn't really said anything that would be affected by angle of view.
Okay.
Like whether you see it from above in a station or on the ground floor, you know, it's about the same what you would see. So what instead is something that would be if you know, or she's lying, because why? What is the big difference from where she said she was and where she actually was?
I guess distance, because she's actually on the second floor, not the first floor with her.
Okay.
That's
a pretty big difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Click it.
Okay. Oh, no. I meant to press down. I promise.
Angle.
I'll go through it.
Angle. What do you mean?
the second floor, and she was in 3D from view of the crime.
And this is important. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Oh boy.
Could you take pity on me and my cute sprite?
Mr. Wright.
You're a dumb fuck.
Okay.
Give me the Wiimote.
What, you think I'm gonna misclick again?
Yes, actually. Give me it. Because first, we need to save.
Oh, okay.
Because again, you get a game over, you have to start from your save point.
Okay.
It's not like a reset from the scene.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection! My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see.
Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Well, witness?
You.
Yes.
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I don't know, squid's good.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Oh. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Okay.
Moving right along.
Moving right along in search of Lana Sky.
That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block.
She's killing a guy. I really gotta stop her. That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, we have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Raise or sit back.
Let's raise an objection.
Objection! 5 minutes between the...
By the way, I've taken the Wiimote like angels on timeout right now.
Yeah.
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it all, if al dente.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
She like poses for the camera, like, hey.
Hey. Yeah.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. She has a grudge against the defendant, and there is a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close.
It sure was.
I'm afraid the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it! Ooh.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
Well, what was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Well, like the Steve motto says, we'll hear about it tomorrow.
Mm.